I come from a family that were painters and artists, and especially my grandfather on my mother's side. And he was a professional sign painter up in Washington, D.C., and then later moved down and worked for NASA in Florida at Cape Canaveral. And as a child growing up, I spent almost every summer with him, and it was a huge influence in my life. When I received an art set, it was a set of oils for Christmas. I decided I needed to paint, and as a 13-year-old, I thought, okay, I need to paint a masterpiece. So I raided my mom's china cupboard and took some of her glassware and set it up with velvet cloth and started painting. And I was hooked from then on. I love this process. You know, I'd say every single part of the process is fun. It's a different stage, and it's always fun to move from one stage to another. I was captivated. I was motivated to paint constantly. I loved people. I wanted to paint people. So I ended up painting people making people my subjects many times. It combined my love of being around people, but also in being in the studio and being able to create as well. Once I started painting commission portraits and getting requests, it began to snowball on me. And I had to learn how to control that. And I would get many requests from out of state as well to go and do commissions. But being a mom, I wanted to stay home, and I wanted to be a mother too, because that's very important, and that was a joy for me. So I had to balance home life and family life with my art. And from there, I was able to establish my studio here and my work here and remain in this area. And I wouldn't have traded that for anything. Yes, there's a lot of draw to go to the big cities, but that's not painting exactly what you love. And it's this area that has always been dear to my heart, and that's the reason I've never left. Many times I pull off in between portrait commissions and I do landscapes, and that gives me a break from anything that I've been working on, and I move into doing a different kind of subject matter. Living in this area, you can be inspired by so many things, and there's never a shortage of wonderful people or wonderful landscapes and beautiful areas to paint. What's wonderful about painting people is you're never short subjects. To a degree, you're born with that inner drive to create, and it's always been there. And whenever I'm out in the community or traveling, I'm studying people, and I'm studying our area, and I'm studying things, and my mind is working, and I'm thinking, I want to paint that. I want to get back in the studio. I want to create that. That's beautiful. So I think many artists look at the world that way.